For today's lecture, we have the 01 knapsack problem using or applying brute force and greedy algorithm. So what is the 01 knapsack problem? When we say knapsack, we are referring to a bag or a container. So in this example, this is our knapsack containing a capacity or weight of 15 kilograms. So given a knapsack with maximum capacity W and a set of N items. When we say N items, these are the different items to be included in the knapsack. Each item I has some weight or has its corresponding weight and some profit or value or val. So profit and value are the same. So each item has its corresponding weight. So in this example, we have 12 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 1 kilogram, 4 kilogram, and 1 kilogram. And some profit or value, $4, $2, $10, $1, and $2. All weight, value, or profit and the capacity of the knapsack are all integer values. Here, we will determine the maximum total value in the knapsack with a total weight less than or equal to the capacity of the knapsack. So in here, kung ilan lang yung maximum capacity na kayang i-hold ng knapsack, yun lang ang ilalagay nating items. We have to consider that it should be lesser than or equal to the capacity of the knapsack. So in other words, given two integer arrays, value and the weight, which represent values or profit and weights associated with N items respectively, and an integer W, which represents knapsack capacity. Find the maximum, the summation of all of the profits or values subject to the weight of the item or items should be lesser than or equal to the weight or capacity of the knapsack. The problem is called 01 problem because each item must be entirely accepted or rejected. So kung hindi natin ilalagay yung item sa knapsack, that is 0. At kung ilalagay natin, that is 1. Another version is the fractional knapsack problem where we can take fractions of items. We can divide the items depende sa kung ilan na lang yung kakailanganing weight. But for today, we'll just have the 01 knapsack problem. Okay, now let's have the brute force algorithm. What is brute force? So brute force is a straightforward approach to solving a problem, usually directly based on the problem's statement and definitions of the concepts involved. Generally, it involved iterating through all possible solutions until a valid one is found. So if we'll apply brute force approach in the 01 knapsack problem, since there are n items, there are 2 raised to n possible combinations of items. We will list all combinations and find the one with the most total value and with total weight lesser than or equal to W or to the maximum capacity of the knapsack. The running time will be the order of 2 raised to n. So if we have the following example applying the brute force approach, given that the knapsack has the maximum weight of 50 and it has 3 items, following the formula 2 raised to n, the number of combinations would be our 2 represented by the zeros and ones raised to n, wherein we have it 2 raised to 3. The number of combinations we'll have is we'll multiply 2 3 times, so 2 times 2 times 2. The number of combinations we have 8. And we have here its corresponding weight and value. For item 1, weight 10, value 60. Item 2, weight 20, value 100. And item 3, weight 30, value 120. Okay, let's try to have the table of those possible combinations. So we have here 8 combinations of our zeros and ones. So 7, 8. Okay, we have divided 8 into 2. So 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So we have here 4 zeros and 4 ones. Then for 4 divided by 2, we have 2. So 2 zeros, 2, 1, 2 zeros, 2, 1. And lastly, we have 2 divided by 2, we have 1. So we have here 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. That is how are we going to create possible combinations of our zeros and ones. Next, let's have the computation of the total values. Given the following, this is 0, so our total value is 0. In the following, we'll just count the ones. So here we have there 1, so the value is 120. Next, another, the value is 1, that is 100. And next, we have this item 2 and item 3, that is 100 plus 120, we have 220. And next, we have item 1, the value is 60. We have item 1 and item 3. The values are 60 plus 120, we have 180. Then, item 1 and item 2, that is 60 plus 100, we have 160. And lastly, we have 3 ones, all of the items, that is 60, 100, and 120, 280. Okay, next, let's try to see what is or what are should not be included in the knapsack. So next, ang i-compute natin is kung magmamatch ba yung weight doon sa maximum capacity ng ating knapsack. So if we have this 1, so the weight is 30, yes, it's okay, it is lesser than 50. For this one, the weight is 20, so it's lesser than 50. How about this one, item 2 and 3, the weight is 20 plus 30, that is saktong 50, so pwede. This one, ang weight niya is 10, pwede. Item 1 and 3, ang weight nila is 10 and 30, that is 40, that is okay. Item 2, we have the weight is 10 and 20. So therefore, that is lesser than to our knapsack. For the last one, we have 10, 20, and 30. That is 60, meaning that is greater than the maximum capacity of our knapsack. So this one is not applicable. Kasi dapat, ang ilalagay natin sa knapsack should be lesser than or equal to the capacity of the knapsack. So the last one is not included. Okay, next. Because the total weight is greater than the weight of the maximum capacity of the knapsack. And then, our final answer, what should be included in the knapsack, which has the maximum total value. So we have this one. Okay, so yan yung maximum total value. So therefore, our conclusion, item 2 and item 3 are included in the knapsack with a maximum total value of 220. We have another example. Given a certain weight, which is given the knapsack maximum weight is 8, and again 3 items, so 2 raised to 3, so still our possible combinations ay 8, and its corresponding weight and value. So we have the following table interpretation. So 8 combinations, 4 zeros, 4 1, 2 zeros, 2 1, and then 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Okay, getting for the total value, we have the following: 0, 4, 3, 7, 2, 6, 5, and 9. Consider natin kung ano yung hindi applicable. We have that one. Because if we will try to take a look sa weight nila for item 2, 2 and 3, that is 4 plus 5, that is 9. That exceeds the capacity. Same is true with the last one. The weight is 3, 4, that is 7 plus 5, that is 12. Nag-exceed na sa capacity. So, these two are not applicable. Okay? After that, we'll identify the maximum total value, which is 6. So, therefore, items 1 and 3 are included in the knapsack with the maximum total value of 6. Another example, continuation ng example number 2, but this time nadagdagan ng isang item. So, naging 4. So, our possible combinations, we have 2 raised to 4. So, 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. So, we have 16 combinations. So, in order to do that, we'll divide 16 by 2. So, we have come up with 8 zeros and 8 ones. Then next, 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So, we have come up with 4 zeros, 4 ones, 4 zeros, 4 ones. And then 4 divided by 2, that is 2. So, we have come up 2 0, 2 1, 2 0, 2 1. And 0 1, 0 1, 0 1. And we have come up with the following total values, counting only the value of 1. These are the not applicable, considering the weight. That should not exceed to the weight or capacity of the knapsack. Let's try this one lang. Una, 1 and 1, that is 6 plus 5, that is 11. It exceeds already to the capacity. And so on. And then, sa remaining, we'll find the maximum value, which is this one, 6. So, therefore, items 1 and 4 are included in the knapsack with a maximum total value of 6. So, that is the brute force approach. Next, let's have the greedy algorithm. For the greedy algorithm, the solution is built part by part. The decision to choose the next part is done on the basis that it gives the immediate benefit. It never considers the choices that had taken previously. So in this algorithm, a decision is made that is good at that point without considering the future. This means that some local best is chosen and considers it as the global optimal. There are two properties for greedy algorithm. We have greedily choosing the best option. So, yun yung gagawin natin. And optimal substructure property. So, this would be discussed in dynamic programming, wherein an optimal solution can be found by retrieving the optimal solution to its sub-problems. So, there are several applications of greedy algorithm, and one of that is the 0-1 knapsack problem. So, we are given a set of n items similar sa brute force, from which we are to select some number of items to be carried in the knapsack. Each item has both a weight and a profit or value. So, take note, iisa ang ibig sabihin ng profit and value. The objective is to choose the set of items that fits in the knapsack and maximizes the profit. We have here the following legend, WI referring to the weight of the item, PI referring to the profit or value of the item, W or capital W referring to the capacity or weight of the knapsack, and X sub I, which is either 0 or 1, meaning if it will be carried or it will be included or not. So our objectives, we are given the different weights of the item and the profits, our objective is to maximize that. The profit should be included, subject to the constraint that the weight should not exceed to the capacity of the knapsack. So clearly, we can solve this problem by exhaustively enumerating the feasible solutions and selecting the one with the highest profit. However, since there are 2n possible solutions, the running time required for the brute force solution becomes prohibitive as n gets larger. So therefore, pagdating kay brute force, limitado lang ang kaya niya. What if the number of items reaches 10, 100? So mag-iisip tayo or i-compute natin yung possible combinations of that. 2 raised to 100. So alangan mag-build tayo ng combinations nun. As an alternative, we use the greedy solution strategy, which solves the problem by putting items into the knapsack one by one. This approach is greedy because once an item has been put into the knapsack, it is never removed. So we will select the next items in the knapsack by profit, by weight, and by profit density. So let's start with by profit. So greedy by profit, we will select the remaining items, the one with the highest profit, provided that the capacity of the knapsack is not exceeded. This approach tries to maximize the profit by choosing the most profitable items first. Next, we have greedy by weight. At each step, select from the remaining items the one with the least weight, yung pinakamagaan or pinakakonting weight, provided the capacity of the knapsack is not exceeded. This approach tries to maximize the profit by putting as many items into the knapsack as possible. And lastly, we have greedy by profit density. At each step, select from the remaining items the one with the largest profit density. So when we say profit density, the result of our profit divided by the weight, provided that the capacity of the knapsack is not exceeded. This approach tries to maximize the profit by choosing items with the largest profit per unit of weight. So we have here our first example applying greedy approach. Okay. So magkakaroon tayo ng column for greedy by profit, greedy by weight, and greedy by density. And these are the given. We have 3 items with its corresponding weight and profit, or ang other term for profit is value. Getting for the density or profit per weight, we will divide profit divided by the weight. So here, 60 divided by 10, we have 6. 100 divided by 20, that is 5. 120 divided by 30, that is 4. Now, let's proceed with greedy by profit. In greedy by profit, if you will recall sa ating discussion kanina, we will get the larger or the largest profit. So, dito tayo titingin. Considering the weight should not exceed to 50. So, the capacity of the knapsack is 50. So, in this example, the largest profit is 120. And the weight is 30. Okay? So, okay pa, 30 kasi yung ating weight is 50. Next, larger profit is 100. And the weight is 20. So, if we will try to compute this one, 20 plus 30, the weight now is 50. It is already equal to the capacity of our bag or our knapsack. So, ibig sabihin, mag-stop na tayo dyan. We will no longer include item 1. Kasi nga, sakto na yung weight ng dalawang items. Okay? So, that is why our answer here, we have 0 since hindi na natin kinuha yung item 1. And then, items 2 and 3. So, we have there 0, 1, 1. For the total weight, so 20 plus 30, we have 50. For the total profit, 100 plus 120, we have 220. That is greedy by profit. Next, let's have greedy by weight. In greedy by weight, we will concentrate sa weight of each items. Kunin natin yung least weight or yung pinakamagaan. So, in the table, ang pinaka-least is item number 1. It has 10. Then, ang susunod, 20. So, if we'll try to compute this, 10 plus 20, that is already 30. Hindi pa na-meet yung maximum capacity. But if we will try to add item number 3, that is 30, that is already 60. It exceeds to the capacity. So, therefore, hindi na natin isasali yung item 3. Kailangan, it should be lesser than or equal to the capacity of the knapsack. So, that is why our answer here, we have 1, 1, 0. Item 3 is no longer included. So, therefore, the total weight is 10 plus 20, 30. And the profit is 60 plus 100. We have 160. That is greedy by weight. We have greedy by density. For greedy by density, dito naman tayo magko-concentrate. We will get first the largest profit density. So, the largest profit density is 6. Consider again the weight, which is 10. So, it is lesser naman dun sa W natin. Next, largest profit density, we have 5. That is, the weight is 20. Again, 10 plus 20, that is 30. That is still lesser than the capacity include. For 4, the weight is 30, it will exceed already. Since 30 plus 30, that is 60. So, we will no longer include this one. So, our answer here, 1, 1, 0. And the total weight, we have 10 plus 20, 30, and we have total profit of 160. Another example, we have this one. The weight is 100 and it has 6 items. Okay, so if we'll try to compute greedy by profit, so we'll have this column, profit, the largest profit. So, ang largest profit dyan is 40. The weight is eksaktong 100. So, eksaktong 100, hindi na natin kakailanganin yung iba. So, we have there 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. The total weight, 100. The profit, 40. Next, greedy by weight. For greedy by weight, this one. The least weight of the item. So, ang pinaka-konti dyan is 5. And then, followed by 10. So, that is already 15. Followed by 20, that is 35. Followed by 45, that is 80. Kung isasali natin yung 50, that is already 80 plus 50, that is 130. It exceeds sa ating W. So, we'll no longer include items 1 and 2. So, we have here 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, our total weight is 80. So, yung sum nito. And the total profit, yung sum rin nito. Okay? Next, we have greedy by density. So, for greedy by density, we have this one. We'll get the largest profit density first. So, ang largest is this one, 1. Considering the weight, 10. Okay, next, highest, we have 0.7. The weight is 50. So, that is already 60. Next, on the list, we have 0.4. Kung papansinin nyo, 4 ang 0.4. Okay. Let's try this one, 0.4. For 0.4, ang weight na niya is 100. So, kung papansinin, ang nakuha na natin is 50 and 10. So, that is already 60. So, 100 minus 60, that is 40. So, 40 na lang ang kulang. So, hindi na natin pwedeng kunin ito kasi it exceeds already. Kasi 40 na lang yung kulang. How about this one? We have 0.4 again. We have 45. 40 and ito ay 45. So, sobra pa rin ito. So, it will not be included. We have 0.4 here. We have 5. So, lesser, kumbaga. So, 40 minus 5, we have 35 remaining for the capacity. So, since hindi na pwede yung items 1 and 3, kukunin na natin yung natitirang profit density na 0.2, which has the weight of 20. So, yung natira, 35 minus 20, mayroon pang natirang 15. Okay? So, our profit density or greedy by density, we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay? So, our total weight, we will sum this except items 1 and 3, we have 85, and the total profit, we have 51. Okay? And last example, we have this one. The weight of the knapsack is 8, and there are 4 items. We have 2 divided by 3, 0.67, 3 divided by 4, 0.75, 1 divided by 6, we have 0.17, 4 divided by 5, we have 0.80. We have greedy by profit, getting the largest profit. So, ang largest profit natin is 4. So, ang weight niya is 5. Then next, ang susunod is 3. Take note, pero the weight is already 4. So, if we'll add 5 plus 4, that exceeds the weight. So, disregard natin yung item 2. Sunod natin yung second largest, we have this one. And the weight is 3. So, if we'll add 5 plus 3, that is all equal to 8. So, therefore, ito yung isasama natin. 1 and 4. So, we have there 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay? Total weight, if we'll add items 1 and 4, we have 8. Total profit, we have 6. Greedy by weight, we'll get the least weight. So, we have there 3. And then, susunod, 4. So, 3 plus 4, that is 7. Pwede pa. Sunod natin yung 5 na pinaka-konti. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, that is 12. It exceeds already to RW. So, therefore, item 4 and 3 will not be included anymore. So, that's why 1, 1, 0, 0. So, total weight, 7. Total profit, 5. And lastly, we have greedy by density. I will get for the largest profit density. So, we have 0.80. So, ito yun. We have 5 as the weight. Susunod, we have 0.75. And the weight is 4. So, if we'll add 5 plus 4, that is already 9. So, it exceeds here. So, this will not be included. Isunod natin yung susunod na mataas. We have 0.67. And the weight is 3. So, if we'll add 5, 3, and 5, we have 8. So, disregard na rin yung susunod. So, our answer here, we have 1, 0, 0, 1. Total weight, 8. We will add the items 1 and 4. So, total weight, 8, and total profit, 6. So, that's it for our video lecture on 01 knapsack problem using brute force and greedy algorithms. Thank you and see you again on my next video lecture.